Tonight we're talking about money, and when it comes to your finances, that's a conversation that not a lot of people want to have. But that's why the state released its first ever financial literacy scorecard, a snapshot of how North Carolinians are doing when it comes to managing their money. WECT's Mackenzie Bruns is digging into that report for us tonight. Now, Mackenzie, you said at 5 that the state falls behind on financial literacy compared to the national average.
That's right, John. It's something the state is struggling with. So what exactly is financial literacy? It comes down to the basics: how to budget, understanding credit and interest, and making smart money moves. Experts say it's a critical skill that everyone should have. A typical day for Joaquin Rivas can look like this, but as the community development officer at Excite Credit Union in Wilmington, his job doesn't stay behind a computer.
I go to a number of different nonprofits in Wilmington to help out with financial literacy.
That means helping low-income communities with their finances.
A lot of folks live paycheck to paycheck and find that they have way too much month at the end of their paycheck. Usually saying, where did my money go?
A question that comes down to financial literacy.
Financial literacy is having the knowledge and being comfortable making good financial decisions to support your family.
For the first time ever, the state released a financial literacy scorecard. It tested how North Carolinians did on their money knowledge and compared the results to the rest of the country.
Our averages were about the same as the rest of the country, maybe a little bit lower.
North Carolinians scored lower in areas like investing basics and how interest works over time. The scorecard also found a gender gap, with women scoring lower and having less confidence with their financial decisions. Rivas says the first step is super simple. Track what's coming in and every dollar going out, because once you write it down, he says you'll see just how fast it adds up.
It can be scary to look at ourselves and our habits and realize that we have to make ourselves make a change. Because change is scary, but change is also necessary.
Because making those changes can leave you with extra change every month and set you up for a better, brighter financial future. The state's Financial Literacy Council hopes the report will convince lawmakers to push more resources into financial education so every adult will have the ability to properly maintain their money. Mackenzie Bruns, WECT News.